Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Anime Psycho, and we're here with part 2 to what if Naruto had the power of all 7 kings. We left off with Naruto just finishing the projectile part of the exams. Now we're going over to the battle part. So the top students get placed against each other. Now Sakura, being the top girl in the class, will be going against our female student whose identity will be revealed right now. Her name will be Shomei Fogu. So we're gonna call her Shomei for short. And I really just came up with this name because Shomei Fogu means a lightning fog, and basically those are the abilities that I gave her. So her new name will be Shomei Izu Fogu, because Izu is just the clan name and Fogu will be the original last name of the person. Well, not original last name, but Fogu is her original last name, and so it's gonna be their first name, Izu, last name. So yeah, yeah. So we start off with Shomei going against Sakura. So Sakura, how do I remember her name before I remember Sakura's name? Sakura's useless, anyways. So Shomei is starting to fight Sakura, and she starts off by saying, "For this, I'm doing this one for Naruto, and I win because I don't want to disappoint him and show him that he wasted time on me." Right? And she says, "Huh, Naruto, that knucklehead ninja?" Because he kind of has the same personality in here. He's just doesn't care about school. He just cares about training and, being himself. You know what I'm saying? Being one of the kings doesn't really change his personality. It just changes how he addresses people that he sees potential in. Right? Sorry about that. Alright. So, we get back to the point of where we're at. So, we're going to first start off with Shomei's and Sakura's fight. So, Sakura says, "I'm doing this for you, Sasuke." And Shomei is basically like, "Hey, look, this for Naruto. I gotta show him that he ain't wasted his time on me." So she immediately is just, as soon as the fight begins, she lets her fog out, uses the lightning to amp her speed, goes behind her, taps Sakura on the neck, and knocks her out using a pulse of lightning to stop her pulse for a mere second, knocking her out. You know what I'm saying? So we get to Naruto's fight, and Naruto does something similar to that, except he doesn't use the fog. He just uses, or anything other than the power of the Silver King, basically using his full speed to get behind Sasuke and tap him on the back and just multiply his gravity times 10. And he's trying to fight back, and he tries to throw a kick, and he just falls to the ground. And Naruto is declared the winner within a mere second. Yeah. So Naruto wins that fight, and Naruto is top boy in class. And that fight just takes Sasuke rankings all the way down to the bottom because he lost to the bottom place student within a second. So the teams are pretty much the same, except Sakura failed. I don't even want her to be a ninja in this. What if she failed? And Shomei takes her place. So you meet their sensei, and all's going well. Blah blah blah. And yeah, all's going well. And then he tells them what's their goals. Their goal is pretty much the same, except Sasuke says he wants to be the truest and only king. And Shomei is I want to serve Naruto in whatever way I can. Kakashi found that kind of weird, that he wants to be a king and she wants to serve him in any way she can. Kind of weird. Yeah. So after that, Naruto Well, Sasuke's the same. He doesn't really change. Says, meet me at blase blah in the morning. Don't eat. We get to the bell. We get to the bell test, and at first, it seems to be like everybody's scared. They're hiding, but Naruto telepathically telepathically talks to Shomei, who I'm gonna be calling May for short. He telepathically talks to May, and he's like, "All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna both fully charge at him, but we're gonna activate our fog and start just tapping this man with our lightning, trying to shut down his body, basically." And all he sees is two Genin running at him without any weapons, with doesn't seem to be putting out any chakra, but they're surrounded by lightning and they're running. And at first he's like, all right, this is gonna be an easy dodge. So he jumps up and then he sees that he is surrounded by fog. He can't see, so he puts the book away and opens his eyes. He opened the Sharingan and he realized that he still can't see, but Naruto and May can see perfectly fine, and they're just tagging this man. Boom, 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 boom. And then he just stops playing with him, and tries to get out of the fog, but it seems as though the fog is following him. And then he basically gets to a point where he used the substitution jutsu, and then he uses the Chidori, trying to use the Chidori on the ground to try to kind of dispel the fog using the earth, So he does that, but it just results in him punching the ground because May takes away his lightning and uses it against him to punch him in his shoulder, right? And after that, he basically can't fight. I told you these are two high tuning to low Jonin level fighters, right? And Naruto and May takes the bells, and Sasuke basically gets tied to the post because he did nothing. Sasuke still gives him food. And now we get to meeting the bridge builder, right? It says, a bunch of punks are going to be exhorting me, and May takes this as an insult. She doesn't care what she's called, but she just won't tolerate disrespect about Naruto. She says Naruto could probably defeat everyone in your poor village at one time. And Naruto doesn't even bat an eye at this man's remarks. He's just sitting down with his eyes closed, thinking. So everything seems to be going just fine. And then boom. They get there, they're starting, and Naruto strangely sees a puddle. And he tells May, watch out for that puddle and make sure that as we're walking that nothing happens behind us. Because he knows it's middle of spring, there hasn't been rain in days, there shouldn't be a puddle on the ground. And even if somebody dropped some water out of a pack or something, it would have absorbed into the ground by now. And two ninjas jump out of the ground. And May nobody bats an eye but Sasuke. Sasuke gets scared, but May just surrounds them within fog and then wraps them in a lightning rope onto the tree. And Naruto goes to talk to them. Kakashi's trying to investigate him, but May puts her hand up like this, signaling him to be quiet, for Naruto is going to get within their brains. Right? So Naruto is looking at them, and he tells them, why would you attack us? What purpose did you have to attack this bridge builder? Like, why not? We're mercenaries. We'll attack whoever we're paid to. And he says, you seem to be rogue ninjas. Yeah, we're from the village hidden in the mist. Okay. Naruto says, well, since you can't go back there, and being a mercenary is pretty dangerous, seeing as though how weak you are, why not join me? And they're like, why would I join a brat like you? So it's because I can give you true power. And before anybody could hear anything, Naruto snaps his fingers and he's talking to them telepathically. And they agree. And he says, but if you ever betray me, you'll lose this power completely. And you won't ever be able to gain this type of strength again. This power that I'm giving you is gonna put you immediately at Jonin level. You'll go back to the Leaf Village, or no. You need someone to help you get within the Leaf Village. So you'll follow me and make sure that I'm attacked by no one. You are my personal bodyguards. You are the bodyguards of the one true king. And he snaps his fingers, and they have powers. What powers? I'm gonna give them the power of fog and the projectile throwing. I'm gonna give one the twins projectile throwing, and the other one the blue one, which enhances weapons. Why am I splitting the powers they get? Well, I'm splitting them because we're gonna need one to protect Naruto from a distance and one to be basically his sword. So Naruto basically has a 4-man team for when he becomes a Chunin, basically. So Naruto is like, alright, and you betray me, you lose this power. Now tell me, are you willing to become my subjects? The subjects of the one true king? And they're like, brother, do you want to do this? They agree to do it and go up maybe 400 feet, 10-15 minutes. Now we're going to say 10-15 minutes. Zabuza pops out and he tries to use the Mezjutsu, but of course these two control, all four of them control mist and fog, so within seconds the fog is dispelled. And Naruto doesn't even feel like fighting them, and he can't risk losing his two newest subordinates yet because he doesn't know how strong Zabuza is. So he lets Kakashi do the fighting this time. And Kakashi easily beats him with his Sharingan, seeing as though there's no mist that he needs to dispel or look through that will impair his vision. So he beats Zabuza. Haku comes down to save him. The twins tell him, hey, that's not an actual medical ninja, that's one of our partners. Haku, he works directly under Zabuza, and that's Zabuza's right-hand man. You're like, okay, perfect. You there, your name's Haku, right? And Haku's stunned by this, and immediately gets the Senbone and throws it within the trees because he knows that there's somebody, a spy, giving information, because there's no way that this being that he's never seen or even sensed their presence knows who he is. And this immediately causes the Demon Mist brothers to jump out and attack Haku. Now, with all this going on, Zabuza's body is being collected by Kakashi, and we're not being collected by Kakashi. I take that back. Nobody's being collected by Kakashi. Kakashi just drops from being exhausted from using the Sharingan. So Naruto calls the twins and says, you two, come pick up Kakashi. He says, you two, come pick up Kakashi Sensei. Sorry for my mic cutting out. Just to see how far their loyalty goes. And they do it. They realize that it's better to work with Naruto than against them. So they get to the bridge builder's house. Zabuza is saved by Haku, of course, but they know not to trust him. And Naruto now knows what his presence feels like. And within the next part, we're going to be talking about the attack on the bridge, the walking up the tree, and Naruto is going to be confronted by Kakashi. So like, comment, share, subscribe, and tell a friend who likes anime. We're out.